On March 15th, Yasukawa was back in Britain finalizing the details of an agreement.
Good. Tokyo has just agreed the changes in the clause 5 and 6.
That's excellent. Let's just confirm these then, right? So, the sentence, let's just confirm these then, just spoken by Mr. Hamilton, has a lot more meaning to it than noticeable at first. If you try and put emphasis on this particular sentence, you can see that Mr. Hamilton is unconsciously trying to make sure everything is going as it should. Perhaps Mr. Hamilton does not trust Yasukawa. Perhaps he is just cautious. Either way, he wants to make sure that the contract he is going to sign is in sync with his expectations of this deal. So, clause 5 is there will be the package will be based on 4.6 million Visitron A shares of 750 each.
Correct?
Yeah. And clause 6, there will be one Kamakura director appointed as an executive member of the Visitron board, and one more as a non-executive member.
That's right.
I think. All right. I think we're getting there. There's one thing, however, I've been asked to bring up.
Go on.
Before we could agree this deal with our existing shareholders, you could imagine there was a lot of hard talking. The main obstacle was the fear that Visitron would end up as a manufacturing outpost of the Kamakura Empire. It's a natural fear, Mr. Yasukawa-san.
What kind of assurances are you looking for?
Well, there's one thing that would clinch this deal. What we need is an undertaking to limit your shareholdings to 20%.
Okay. Just for the sake of argument. Suppose at some time in the future the Visitron became insolvent. How could Kamakura protect its own interest in the company if it could not take over the company itself?
Yeah, you have a good point in that.
I don't know how the board will react to this, but this could be a problem.
Yeah, I understand that.
They would probably ask 7 weeks time limits for such an agreement.
Look, all I'm saying is that we would like to see a little movement here, so we could swing the deal with our shareholders.
Look, clearly I cannot commit Kamakura here. The sentence, "Look clearly, I cannot commit Kamakura here," just spoken by Mr. Yasukawa, had a lot more meaning to it than noticeable at first. If you try to put emphasis on this particular sentence, you can see that Mr. Yasukawa is trying to avoid commitment about making a deal with the shareholders. Still, Hamilton is trying to convince Yasukawa-san to make the deal. In this situation, it's the best option not to insult a partner who you are making a deal with. I will have to report back. May I come back to you later on this?
The sentence, "I will have to report back. May I come back to you later on this?" By saying this, Mr. Yasukawa tries to aim for more time. By doing this, Mr. Yasukawa will be able to give the most suitable answer back for him. By trying delaying time and referring back to his company, he will have the upper hand in the negotiation.
Of course. We can just go through the small script another time, and then we can call it a day.
2 hours later, Visitron's teletext machine printed out a response from Kamakura's head office in Tokyo to Hamilton's latest proposal.
With the date for the voting on the Hyperscan bid set for April 3rd, Hyperscan made its final move and Parker had to make a phone call to Japan.
Hello, Yasukawa-san. Howard Parker.
Parker-san, what can I do for you?
We have a problem. I've had a meeting with a Mr. Joseph Spassky, the American representative of Bel Air Securities. He informs me now that he now owns 10% of Visitron stocks, and that's enough to swing up the vote either way. His vote will go to the highest bidder on tomorrow morning 10 o'clock.
Bel Air, they call themselves merger brokers, don't they?
Yeah, there's another name for it, but that's about right. They buy into companies that are threatened with a takeover and then sell out when the price is right.
And hyperscan price is right. Is that what you're saying, Mr. Parker?
And that's what Spassky is saying.
So he's looking for a better offer from us.
Please explain to Mr. Kanaya that the matter is out of our control.
It will take time, Mr. Parker.
I'm afraid we don't have time. The votes have to be in by 10 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Okay, give me an hour. I'll be back to you as soon as possible.
Goodbye. Speaking.
I have good news for you. We have a deal.
Good! We have a deal! Yes!
Late in the afternoon of April 3rd, the news broke. The battle for Visitron was over. The 250 million offer by Hyperscan had been rejected by 55% of Visitron's shareholders, but only after the 10% shareholding of Bel Securities was sold to Kamakura for an undisclosed sum. The next day, at a private ceremony at Visitron's head office, Howard Parker and Hiroshi Kanaya signed an agreement which gave Kamakura a shareholding in Visitron and set up a global joint to venture to be called Visicom International.
Excellent to the success for a new partnership.
To Visitron and Kamakura.
Smile, please.
Go. On March 15th, Yakusawa was back in Britain finalizing the details of an agreement.
Good. Tokyo has just agreed.
Stop man, ik zie jullie hoofden gewoon niet.
Nu dan?
Nog niet. Tot aan hier zie ik het, boven niet bij jou.
Oh, omdat ik op film heb gedrukt, dan is het... dan moeten we dus een beetje meer zo zitten.
Ja, nu zie ik het wel.
Oké, opnieuw.
Opnieuw. Hoe ga ik opnieuw?
Ja. Op die rode knop weer.
On March 15th, Yakusawa was back in Britain finalizing the details of an agreement.
Good. Tokyo has just agreed. Fuck.
Hey, good
Oh
afternoon.
my god! Go.
Okay. Just for the sake of argument. Suppose at some stages in the future. Fucking hell.
Sometime in the near future.
They have. Fucking hell, man. Echt, joh.
Die bloepers gewoon erachter.
Hi, we have a problem. I've just had a meeting with Mr. Joseph Spassky, the American representative of Bel Air Securities. He now owns Fuck! I'm afraid we don't have time. The votes have to be in by tomorrow 10 o'clock. Oh shit, het was niet het goeie. By 10 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Okay. Give me an hour. I'll be back to you as soon as possible. Stop. Stop, you.
Fuck you.
Okay. Give me an hour. I'll be. Jongen, stop. Jongen, stop, man.
Schaam je. We have a problem. I've just had a meeting with a Joseph Spassky, the American representative of Bel Air Securities. He informs me now that he has fuck man.
Amına koyayım.
Goodbye.